What's up, guys? It's me. It's the ALE Double X Prince. I'm trying to do this one fast because I'll be going to watch a movie later tonight, and I can't miss it. I'm not sick. It's just I got a stuffy ass nose, especially with January. January is like one of the coldest days ever. But anyways, here is another retro review for you guys, and this one is 2007's Royal Rumble match. I kind of spoiled it in my previous retro review. And basically I said that my favorite wrestler of all time wins the Royal Rumble match, and sure enough, yes, Undertaker is my favorite wrestler of all time, but more on that later. I want to talk about the rest of the show before I get started. 2007 was I could tell in 2006 they were like lacking a lot, and then 2007 they tried to bring it back up, but then of course the tragedy with Chris Benoit happened, so then it just like kind of ruined 2007 for the through like half of the year until like Jericho came back or something like that. Because then also we had injuries such as Triple H. We had Triple H got injured. Rey Mysterio got injured. For a while, John Cena got injured by like the end. You know, it was like a pretty fucked up year for this. For 2007, it was like a really bad year. But as far as this show goes, I mean, the second pay-per-view of the year. At the time, they had New Year's resolution or some shit like that. I forgot which show was that one, the 2007 one. I forgot what that one. But anyways, let's just talk about this show. We kick it off with one of my favorite tag team matches again in Royal Rumble history. I noticed that all three retro reviews that I've done, I've kicked it off with a tag team match. I noticed that. Don't worry, the next one I won't have a tag team match. Actually, I think at all. But in this one we had the Hardys versus Eminem, Johnny Mundo or John Morrison or Johnny Nitro, whatever you like to call him. Again, and Joey Mercury with Melina. You know, I really thought this tag team was enjoyable for the most part. Obviously, I could tell that Johnny Nitro could have done a lot of stuff on his own, which eventually he did, and thank goodness, because I'm not the biggest Joey Mercury fan, but he was still alright. And the Hardy Boys, one of my favorite tag teams of all time. Actually, my favorite tag team of all time. What am I saying? First of all, Jeff Hardy was IC champion, and I guess they fought. And it was a damn good match. I really enjoyed the match. I don't like it as much as their December to Dismember pay-per-view, but this one was still good. I think the following month they have a tag team match. They team up with other people, and then they had another match. So, I don't know. These guys have very good chemistry, and this is no different. This is another really good match that you should definitely check out. Next up is the worst match of the show. Bobby Lashley versus Test. Rest in peace. I did not like this match at all. Bobby Lashley was getting pushed to the moon at this point, and maybe he could have been the next John Cena if he stuck around, or they actually tried with the guy and not mess up his character. But no, that wasn't the case eventually. But I know a lot of people hated Bobby Lashley. I was one of those few guys that was okay with the guy. Obviously, he's doing slightly better in TNA. He had some okay matches in WWE with John Cena. Pretty sure he had some good matches with Batista. I mean, Bobby Lashley was not that bad of a talent. I didn't hate the guy. He was alright. Test, again, very underrated wrestler, but, rest in peace to the guy. This match ends on a count-up. That's the start of why this match was bad, but I don't know, this match was pretty damn sloppy, and I didn't expect this match to be good, really, even though I do enjoy the guys, but I don't know, I didn't like it, and it was for the ECW Championship. That's a lot saying there. Next up, we got Batista versus Mr. Kennedy. Yes, Mr. Kennedy, one of the best mic guys out there. I mean, his entrance alone just sold me. Would he ever be WWE champion? Probably not. Around this era, he would never be WWE champion. Now, he could actually try to get the championship. I mean, when is Mr. Kennedy coming back? I mean, he ain't doing squat. He ain't in TNA, ROH. I haven't seen that. Did he retire? I don't know. But anyways, this match, I didn't think it was that good because simply because Batista kind of squashed Mr. Kennedy for the most part. But I could tell if they actually developed the match. They gave it time. They gave it a stipulation. Maybe this match could have been a lot better than it was. Because I really enjoyed Mr. Kennedy a lot. And Batista, I'm a big fan of Batista. He's been kind of sloppy the last year he was around. Granted, he was in Guardians of the Galaxy, so good for that. Next up, I get my match of the night: Umaga versus John Cena. People always talk about this being Umaga's best match ever. No one ever talks about this being a John Cena match. For those people that say that John Cena can't wrestle, I mean, he got Umaga, a guy who is not that good in the ring, really. I mean, he's decent, I guess, but the only reason why people say Umaga is decent because of this match exactly. This was a good match. It was one of the last few bloody, good, hard-hitting matches. A really good last man standing match. Again, very underrated. Actually, there's a part where they take I think this is the beginning of when John Cena started getting the ring barrier thing, one of the sides, the middle rope thing, and just hitting Umaga. I think that's the first time he did it. There was just brutal matches. It was just a brawl match. I enjoyed the match a lot. Match of the night. Not 5 stars. Don't get that twisted. I mean, like I said, Umaga's decent enough, but he's just like, I don't know. There's times where it was mainly like 70% Cena, 30% Umaga, so it wasn't an even match, I would say. But still a really good match, 4.5 stars. Excuse me, I gotta pause this. And we're back. Sorry about that. I had like stuffy ass nose, but anyways, John Cena Umaga, great match. Now we kick it off with the Royal Rumble match. Wow. This was a good match, really good match. One of the best Royal Rumbles, one of the more forgettable Royal Rumbles, except for like the ending of the match. But I think this is in my top 10 favorite Royal Rumbles of all time. Selfish reasons, of course, but I mean, for the most part, it was kind of okay for the beginning. Edge was like the number 1 guy in this Royal Rumble. First of all, he was in the match the longest, so that's saying that he came in at number 5. The first 2 were Ric Flair and Finlay. They did it all right, which I was whatever with. The Hardys were in the match, which is good. This is actually the last Chris Benoit Royal Rumble appearance since what happened. Johnny Nitro was there. I mean, we had good enough people. RVD, yes, RVD. I love me some RVD. Great seeing him. And around this time, we had 3 brands: SmackDown, Raw, and ECW. So there was like a lot of ECW guys like Sandman, Sabu, RVD, Tommy Dreamer. But the biggest highlight was when Sabu came in. He puts a table ready. I guess he was going to throw someone off the table, but I guess the plan backfired on him because Kane chokeslammed Sabu through a table. Easily one of the biggest highlights of this match. One of, if not not the best moment, because the ending was the best moment for me, obviously. We had Carlito in this match at number 27. Usually number 27 is a guy that usually is a big name, or usually they're going to push him to the moon, and I'm actually bummed out that Carlito didn't get the push that he won. I mean, he was never a WWE champion material, I'm going to be honest, but I mean, he was entertaining. I mean, like, again, not everybody needs to be the WWE champion to prove that they're the best. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of people that did not need to prove it. Example, Jack Swagger. There's a lot of people. But that was one of them. Carlito, I mean, he was fine. I mean, if he was still around, he would be a great mid-card champion, especially for the U.S. Championship, because the U.S. Championship has just been dead. Let's see what else. Great Khali actually eliminated like a lot of people in this match. Miz came in like second to last, and he got eliminated like ASAP, which at this point I don't think the Miz was that popular like the way he is now. There was a lot of other cool stuff here and there, but Rated RKO was like a huge deal in this match. Rated RKO was like the biggest heel, and I wasn't a big fan of Rated RKO at the time. I always saw Rated RKO as 2 main event talents that they had nothing to do with them, so they just put them together. That's the honest truth. It kind of sucked, but thankfully, better stuff happened for both of them, especially Edge. Edge had the year of his life in 2006, so the fact that he had He comes in as a tag team. It's kind of felt weird, but eventually he had a lot of great momentum as the years went by. But again, the part I want to talk about, number 30, Undertaker, the first person to ever win a Royal Rumble at number 30. But the final four were Rated RKO, Shawn Michaels, and The Undertaker. Eventually, Edge and Randy Orton get eliminated, but which is good. But the best part, the best final two in a Royal Rumble match ever. You have two of the best wrestlers of all time. The last time these guys have ever bumped into each other before this time was, of course, the 1998 Royal Rumble in a casket match. 1998? Yeah, 1998. And now we get to see him fight again. And where could this go? Can Shawn Michaels win the Royal Rumble for the third time, tying Stone Cold Steve Austin? But no, we finally get Undertaker to win one Royal Rumble match. We finally got it. It was a great moment for me. Undertaker, my favorite of all time, wins the Royal Rumble. Great moment. I love the moment a lot. It was a good Royal Rumble match. The show, we had really only two bad matches, so I can't really say it's a bad show. I'll give the show a 7 out of 10. I think that's fair. B+, I guess. B+, whatever the fuck. But Umaga versus John Cena is definitely a match you should check out. Hardy's versus Eminem was another good one. And, of course, the Royal Rumble match itself. Everything else is kind of skippable. Don't even bother with segments. But, yes, this was a really good Royal Rumble. Definitely check it out. Next review, I'm probably gonna, I already said I was gonna do a movie review, but, that is if I get to it, so there's that. But, I'm gonna tease my Royal Rumble match a little bit. Let's just say that the next Royal Rumble match, next on my list for Royal Rumble retro reviews, the next one involves a time when WWE tried to make the Royal Rumble bigger than it was and kind of flopped, you could say. I guess you guys might know which Royal Rumble match I'm talking about. If not, get soon, because I think tomorrow I'll be reviewing it. Anyways, it's me, the ALE Prince. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and until then,